Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my series review of Junji Ito's Cat Diary, Yon and Mew. You can buy this digitally or physically from Kodansha. It is a Junji Ito title that I have not purchased physically, but I have been meaning to for a very long time. It just was not on my highest priority list to purchase, and then when it was part of a Kodansha Humble Bundle last year, I was super happy because this is one I've wanted to read for a long time. It's a very thin volume, and it's quite expensive, so it's been one that I've just been putting off purchasing. And so when it was part of the bundle, I was super happy because I wanted to read it without, spending money on it on the physical volume that I could have, I can be spending on other things. I don't believe, unless I find it used for really cheap or it goes on like a super sale new, I don't believe I will be purchasing this one physically, because I could just read it digitally this way, and it's not one that I foresee myself going back to often. But it was fun to read it as it is, and I'm glad I got to read it eventually. But yeah, this is basically a real kind of telling of Junji Ito and his wife and their cats, Yon and Mew, and the daily shenanigans that the cats get into, drawn in his horror style. So it's really funny. It's a comedy. It is hilarious. I really did enjoy it. But yeah, it's basically his wife bringing these cats into their lives, and he's just like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about these cats. And then yeah, they're like putting foil or something on the stairs so the cats don't scratch, I guess. I don't know. And it's really hilarious. And I got this volume and read it at a time when my brother was moving into our house with his cat. So I'm not very much of a cat person. And this was very funny because it is a very similar kind of experience that I had with the cat that has entered my own house against my will. So yeah, it's pretty hilarious. I'm not going to lie. If you are a cat person, you like reading stuff about cats, this is definitely one you will want to check out. If you are a Junji Ito fan, it is certainly one you will want to check out. Though, like me, if you're apprehensive about the expensive cost of the physical volume and you don't think you're going to read it super often, you may want to just opt for the digital. Yeah, super glad I got to finally read this. It's been on my list forever. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very funny. And I like to see Junji Ito exploring comedy because a lot of his horror is actually quite humorous as well in how absurd it is. And so to be able to, influence or experiment with a legitimately humorous, all of these situations are comedic, but drawn in his very overly scary horror kind of style, is so funny, and it works beautifully. But yeah, I am glad I got to finally read this. It was very funny, and I will probably read it again eventually, but I don't believe I will be buying it physically unless I find it somewhere for really cheap. But yeah, it's a fun one to read for sure, and I do recommend it. Anyway, thank you for watching.